Hi, I am Nidhi, and let's continue reading this book, You Got This, by Gianna Mago, and move to the chapter number 1, What Makes You You. The journey of self discovery is a long and an arduous one. Hence, very few people embark on this expedition, and even fewer actually find the answer they set out in search of. This journey requires incredible levels of focus, decisive action, and above all, dedication and commitment. It must be kept in mind that you cannot make a change without putting in the work. Path to self discovery. Self discovery is the process of understanding your true self, your values, your needs, and wants. We have naturally discovered and learned various qualities about ourselves over time. However, a significant number of people lose touch of their values and preferences once they realize that life involves endless work, errands to run, and commitments to uphold. Our busy routines, filled with hustle and bustle, rarely give us the time to sit and contemplate on the life we actually want to live. Along the way, the need for self discovery gets pushed into the background and is slowly forgotten. Introspect. The first step to finding out who you are is to introspect. Unless you do not explore who you are, you will not know anything about yourself. You need to find things that make you happy. For instance, going out for a walk with your dog or watching the sunrise with someone you love. Unless you step out of your comfort zone, step out into the world and face challenges, you will never know who you are. Remember, the only thing constant in your life is change. Over time, many things like your behavior, your friends will change. But one thing that never really changes is your nature. Our true intrinsic nature is something that remains constant. As you go along this path, you will learn new things about yourself, some of which would be exciting and fascinating, while others may be disappointing and gut wrenching. In such times, you will need courage and resilience to stick with the process despite the frustration and despair. To find what truly makes you you requires you to dig deep and have a serious look inwards. It means finding out who you are as a person and human being. Your love for dogs, sports, or cooking does not define you. Your thoughts, values, and principles are some things you will realize over the course of this journey, which is a continuous process. Who you are is also not constant and is subject to change depending on the people surrounding you, the circumstances, and also the state of mind you are in while going through these situations. Take out time every day to contemplate on what you have done that day. More importantly, try to analyze what you felt and thought as you did what you did. This will help you analyze your thought process and integral ingredient in getting to know yourself. For best results, this process of deep contemplation and looking inwards should be done regularly. While you may be tempted to give it a miss because of your business schedule, try to remember why you got started on this journey in the first place. Remind yourself how you felt at that time when you realized you needed answers without which you felt a panging you simply could not describe. As you slowly start peeling through the layers, you will begin to find out about your true self. Do not rush through the process. Everyone takes their own time. Some take days, others weeks, while there may be those who may take months on end. until they reach a conclusion. This requires an immense amount of dedication and self-discipline. There will be days when you will not find any answer, and also times when answers will come to you easily. That is a part and parcel of the process and should be embraced wholeheartedly. But remember that no matter how long and arduous the journey, it can be completed by only one way, by taking one small step at a time. So, stick to it and remember how far you have come and keep yourself motivated. Keep a journal. If you are one of those who is struggling to find ways to discover who you truly are, a routine should be followed. Following a routine has immensely helped me when I was struggling. Get a journal or download a voice recording app on your smartphone. Journaling has massive benefits. Many successful people like Albert Einstein were known to keep a journal to record their experiences, thoughts, or feelings. Once you have written down your goals, you can keep track of your growth and progress and get to know how far you have come along. However, do make it a point to make your goals specific, realistic, and time bound. Your goals should motivate you to act. They should not be so easy that they do not require any effort to achieve, nor should they be so challenging that you feel clueless and wonder where to begin in the first place. As you continue journaling on a consistent and regular basis, you will start seeing improvements in your thoughts and mindset, and that will give you a much needed boost of confidence, which will reinvigorate you and inculcate a habit of consistency. Before you realize it, your writing and communication skills will see a significant improvement. The more you write and journal, your ability to express yourself will improve, and this in turn will help during your social interactions as well. Journaling is a great way to vent your anger, frustration, and disappointment. You will notice that the negative thoughts, which earlier would go on uncontrolled in your brain and at times were debilitating and demotivating, will now be easier to deal with. This will be especially helpful in stressful and challenging situations, which can be exhausting. But when you start penning down your thoughts and emotions on your paper, you will realize that negative thoughts in your mind will be easier to manage and within some time will not be in hindrance to you. Such thoughts which were a cause of stress and worry for you will cease to be so. As you mature, you will realize that as you write, you will find solutions by yourself without any help from anyone else. Also, as you journal over many months and years, you will have a treasury of information on how you dealt with the various issues which came your way. This will show you that majority of the problems have a workable solution. Glancing through these solutions in times of distress will give you tips on how to deal with your current predicament. Prepare a to-do list. Take out time daily to plan what you are going to do the following day. This helps to give a structure to your day and brings a sense of comfort as you know what to expect and how to tackle the items on your to-do list. Preparing a to-do list helps to increase your productivity and motivation, reduces mental stress and anxiety, and most importantly, provides a sense of accomplishment when each task is completed successfully. However, the list of items should not be too long or short, and neither should they be too difficult or easy to accomplish. Ensure that there is a healthy mix of easy and difficult tasks so that you can keep yourself fresh and active throughout the day. The to do list should not be daunting and should not induce a sense of stress or fear in you. Divide the big tasks into smaller ones. Also, divide the tasks in the following way: important but not urgent, important and urgent, critical. This methodology helps you know which task you should tackle first. The tasks that are critical, important, and time bounded needed to be dealt with first because it involves a timeline beyond which working on the task may not be possible. For example, if you have to visit the bank for something, you have to do so during the banking hours. So after these time bound tasks are completed, it will free up your day to complete the rest of the tasks. While doing these tasks, you will be able to take your time without rushing yourself. And finally, after all your tasks for the day are completed, create a fresh to-do list with the same focus. When you accomplish everything that you set out to do, remember to treat yourself. It does not matter if your accomplishments are big or small. What matters is that you had the willpower and discipline to go through each and every one of them. Hence, it is good to pat yourself on the back and enjoy the success. Never think that you do not deserve something just because what you have achieved may seem small, because successful completion of multiple small tasks will one day manifest into a gigantic success. Remember to be as honest to yourself as you can. While we all try to hide things even from ourselves, such acts later on lead to a feeling of guilt, which is an emotion that is unproductive. Be open to yourself and accept your faults and mistakes. Take the time to work on them so that you can become a better person. There will be times, situations, and people who will drag you away from truly finding yourself. Learn to push such people away. There will always be some people who will be detrimental to your growth. It is important to identify such people and distance yourself from them. Distancing yourself from a person for your self growth and development is not something you should be ashamed of. It takes a truly brave and self aware person to know what works for them. Also, learn to be honest to yourself about how you feel. Do not afraid to admit to yourself if you are feeling tense, worried, weak, or stressed out. We are humans, and feeling such negative emotions is normal and not something to be ashamed of. Finally, learn to listen to your instincts. If you are not okay with something, do not convince yourself otherwise. Not acknowledging my gut feeling was one of the biggest mistakes I made in my life. Our instincts are like our guardian angels, protecting us from danger. Hence, they never lie to us. So, learn to trust your gut feeling because it will never fail you. As I said before, the journey to self discovery is long but can be incredibly fulfilling and satisfying. I really hope that this helps you in finding your true self and leads you to being contented, happy, and successful in life. Guys, this was the chapter 1. Meet you in the next chapter. Stay connected. Bye bye.